This is Cognitive Dissonance Theory Analysis by Miranda Christensen. Have you experienced a feeling of discomfort from a decision you've made or actions you're doing that are against your own thoughts, opinions, or values? This is known as cognitive dissonance. In 1957, Leon Festinger proposed the cognitive dissonance theory, which states that a powerful motive to maintain cognitive consistency can give rise to irrational behavior. And in 1959, Festinger, along with Carl Smith, conducted an experiment with people. In this experiment, they were given dull tasks. These tasks were no way entertaining. They were then paid either $1 or $20 to tell the awaiting participants that the experiment was interesting. Those that were paid $1 to do so felt dissonance, whereas those paid $20 to do so felt they lied for good reason, or at least a good enough reason. And the most prevalent cognitive dissonance example is smoking. Most who smoke have heard many times, smoking kills, smoking causes cancer, or smoking stinks. These statements and thoughts are likely to cause disharmony or dissonance with the cognition behavior. The behavior is not matching the thoughts and values. To deal with the disharmony, one could change their thoughts, to change how they feel about their cognition. For example, I'm going to die someday anyway, so why not smoke? When faced with the dissonance, there is one of three ways we could reduce the dissonance. First, force compliance. Maybe you've done something you now regret. It's too late to change what happened. The only thing we can now do is reduce dissonance by changing our thoughts on the situation. What did you gain from the situation? This may be the hardest way to reduce dissonance, as it may be hard to discover a gain worth enough to reduce the disharmony. Second is decision making. Of course, throughout our lives we are faced with difficult decisions. These choices will both have pros and cons. An example is you may be faced to choose between finishing your degree now and risk losing valuable time with your children, or put school on the back burner to spend time with them while they are young. With decision making, you could weigh the pros and cons to decide on what, at this point in your life, outweighs the other to avoid dissonance. Third is the effort. A person values more that which took the most effort to achieve or have. If at some point the individual were to evaluate this accomplishment as negative, they would be faced with dissonance. At this point, they need to decide if the effort were really that hard. For a quick example, you've been training for a marathon, you've trained hard and sacrificed a lot of time. It's race day, you're at mile 16, and you twist your ankle and you will unlikely finish the race. At this point, you are feeling negative about what you've put effort into accomplishing. And you would need to decide if the effort was really that hard to maybe hopefully reduce the dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is something that we can teach our children about. Maybe they will learn to cope with it better to avoid dissonance and irrational behaviors from experiencing the dissonance. It may be beneficial to conduct a series of experiments with children to gain a better understanding of the beginning stages of dissonance in children. With cognitive dissonance, we all face it. It is important to understand ourselves and how we tend to deal with our cognitions and dissonance.